That's why you cook so much.
Exactly. Honestly, the best part of holiday dinners sometimes is the leftovers.
What's up? It's Kat and Deb from Two Market Girls. Welcome back to another vegan recipe. It's our last recipe video of 2020. What? We made it?
Oh my god, 2020 is coming to an end?
Oh my gosh. And I mean, what better way to end it than with a challenge video?
But this one, honestly, looking at both the recipes is like probably one of the best challenge videos we've ever had. They look so good, both recipes.
Agreed. And I think that we both kept it simple because especially with this concept, so we're doing the leftovers challenge. And I thought about doing something more complex, and then I thought, well, you've just spent maybe the day before making all of these things. You don't need another difficult recipe, so let's just make something easy and tasty.
That was my thoughts exactly too, is that like, you literally just spent probably at least a full day cooking food. Why do you want to spend even more time making more food when after the holidays it's supposed to be about relaxing and just chilling out and hanging out? So like mine only has like 2 additional ingredients and everything else is leftovers.
Same. So what did you make?
I decided to go Canadian and made a holiday leftover poutine.
Amazing. I love it. And I made stuffed crescent rolls, and I got the large ones, and let me tell you, these are a nice little bundle of joy for you.
It's like a hot pocket type thing, or like a pizza pocket,
yeah.
But like with leftovers, right?
Exactly, yes.
Guys, today's gonna be a good day for recipes.
All right, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future vegan recipes. And without further ado, let's do the leftover challenge.
To make your holiday leftover poutine, we're first gonna start off by making some fries. So we're just using frozen fries for this, but you can use potatoes and cut them into fries if you want. Then we're going to put them in our air fryer and cook them until they're nice and golden brown and crispy. If you don't have an air fryer, feel free to cook them according to the package instructions in the oven. Next up, we're just going to basically reheat all of our leftovers. So we're gonna add some gravy to a small saucepan over medium heat and stir that until it starts to bubble and it loosens up. Once we get it nice and piping hot, you're gonna bring the temp down a little bit to just above low, and we're gonna let it just sit there, stirring it occasionally. We wanna make sure the gravy is as hot as it can be when we pour it over so that it melts the cheese curds or the cheese or whatever non-dairy thing you're using here. Next up, we're going to just reheat the rest of our leftovers. So I have leftover of my stuffed Gardein turkey. So I'm going to remove the stuffing from the turkey and slice those into cubes and separate them so that we have 2 distinct different things. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can reheat these ingredients however you see fit. You can put them in the microwave for a really quick solution. You can pop them back in the oven to reheat a little bit. Put them on the stove top, put them in your air fryer, whatever you want. But basically what we're reheating is some peas and corn, our everything bagels, air fried Brussels sprouts, the stuffing from inside the vegan turkey, and the turkey itself. We're gonna make sure those are nice and hot. Then once everything's ready, we're basically just going to construct our poutine. So we put some fries in a bowl.
Then we're gonna top that with all of our leftovers. So peas and corn, then we're gonna top it with some turkey and some stuffing. We're gonna top it with Brussels sprouts. Then we're gonna use some vegan cheese curds here. Vegan cheese curds are actually pretty hard to find. Not a lot of brands make them. So you can just use shredded cheese or whatever you want here. Topped it with that, and then we're going to top it with our piping hot gravy right over top of everything, and then we're doing some dollops of cranberry sauce here and there. And then you're done. That's how you can one-up your holiday leftovers.
To make my stuffed crescent rolls, you're first gonna start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And then on a lined baking sheet, you're gonna roll out a couple of your crescent rolls. Because these are the larger crescent rolls, you're probably only gonna have room on your baking sheet to roll out 2 at a time, but they can all bake on the pan. So I rolled out 2 at a time, and then I layered them, and then I added the others. So once you've laid out your rolls, you're going to start with the layers. So it's gonna be a layer of mashed potatoes, Make sure to press it down so it's fairly thin and it goes right in the middle of the biggest part of the roll. Then you're gonna add some of the stuffing and again, press that down. Then a couple strips of the Gardein turkey cutlet and then top it with cranberry sauce. And then to wrap it, you're gonna start with the shortest point and bring it into the middle of all of your toppings. And then bring in the next shortest point. And then you're gonna bring in the long point and you're gonna bring it across and kind of tuck it under the entire roll, just so it looks kind of neat and it doesn't cover up too much of what's inside. You wanna still see the layers peeking through. So you're gonna repeat those steps for all 4 of your rolls and then add them all on the baking sheet. And you're gonna brush on some melted vegan butter and then sprinkle with some garlic powder and dried rosemary. And then you're gonna bake those in the oven for about 15 minutes or until they're looking nice and golden brown. While they're baking, you can heat up your gravy because that makes for a very nice dip to go with the rolls. Leftovers at your best.
Leftovers. My poutine is very cold now, which poutine is not great cold.
No, yeah, that's but you ate most of it warm, didn't you? It's okay.
Yeah.
Safe space.
Yeah. I've had it warm at least, so.
Mine's like I dip it in the gravy and oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that looks so good. Okay, so Devin, what's all in yours? Because like we use somewhat different leftovers, right? So.
So I've got mashed potatoes, stuffing. I ended up using the Gardein turkey cutlets, and I sliced them into strips, and then some cranberry sauce.
And obviously both of these, you can use whatever leftovers you have. That's the beauty of both of these recipes. It's literally just taking whatever leftovers you have and putting it on something or in something. So
Exactly.
for mine, I actually used the Gardein stuffed turkey, like little things, because I had them actually for Thanksgiving this year, and they're so good. I liked them so much. And that way I also didn't need to make separate stuffing because it was already in there. So I did that. I also used our Everything Bagel Brussels sprouts from this year, as well as some peas and corn, because I always have that during the holidays, gravy, and cranberry sauce. And it was so good. I'm just so happy, you know?
Oh, me too. All the best flavors. And the turkey cutlets are so good. I'm obsessed with these.
I wonder if
I have them all the time.
I wonder if it's the same thing as the stuffed turkey one, but like mine just has stuffing in it. Like I wonder if it's the same meat.
Maybe.
Because I agree, it is so delicious. This tastes like a whole new dish, even though like more than half of it is leftovers.
Exactly. You know, I just like that I like the portability. I feel like we haven't had as many portability recipes that we've talked about because, you know, hand pies were a big thing with us. Like food for your hands.
Also, something that I like about the poutine is if you don't want to use fries and you have roasted potatoes from your holidays, you can use those instead. You don't have to use fries. So, like, you could use another leftover. I just don't normally have roasted potatoes as leftovers, but if you make roasted potatoes for your holiday dinner and have some leftover, you could turn that into a poutine.
Perfect. In the comments, should we talk about like which thing is your favorite thing to have left over?
Yes.
Like which of the items?
What is your favorite thing to have left over, Devin?
Probably stuffing or gravy because I feel like those two things have the best flavors that you can add them to other stuff and they're still so good.
So actually, my favorite thing, this was before I was vegan and after vegan, is like my favorite thing to have left over is like the vegan turkey or whatever roast I'm making, because like sandwiches the next morning are honestly the best. Like a good like vegan turkey club is honestly so delicious.
So true. I almost thought about making something like that too.
Yeah, the only, like, I wanted to make a sandwich too, but I was like, I feel like a sandwich is a go-to for everybody. That, like, let's offer two different options.
Yeah. All right, in the comments, let's talk about which item is your favorite thing to have left over and what you do with your leftovers. We can all share recipes. And as usual, both the recipes will be in the description box below. There's also a link to our podcast. It's called Camera Eats First. It comes out every Monday, everywhere that you get podcasts. We talk about veganism, how we make our recipes, keep you up to date on trending news topics in the vegan world. There's also a link to our Patreon community. Our patrons are a lovely group of people who help support the work that we do, and in exchange, we give them some bonus content. If you're able to support us, we really appreciate it, but if not, you can hit that subscribe button, you can give us a thumbs up, you can comment, you can share, you can check out our ebooks and get some more recipes from us. There's lots of ways to support us, and we really, really appreciate all the support you've given us in 2020.
Yeah, no, 2020 was an interesting year, but for TMG, we really felt the love on the platform, and we appreciate everyone still supporting us throughout this dumpster fire of a year.
Yeah, even though for the majority of the year we haven't been able to film together, that's okay. I think we still made some awesome stuff, and we hope you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, and honestly, we appreciate the support staying, even though our content has had to look pretty different. Even though we're still giving you the same type of content, the content looks very different from what it did last year, so.
Yeah.
But you know what? All in all, I think we both had fun still making content this year, so.
Agreed. And we hope everybody has a good end of the year, and we will see you next year for more good food.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I said this last year, I remember that I was very excited for TMG 2020, and then 2020 exploded. But I'm honestly very excited for TMG 2021.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.